Today's message, therefore, is, let go of fear. February 11, 2015. God is. The life force that flows through every spark of consciousness ever created is God's love for His creation, and it flows eternally, unceasingly, and abundantly. Every spark of consciousness, every human without any exceptions at all, is a divine spark of consciousness, is of inestimable value. There is nothing created that is worthless. What God creates is of eternal and infinite value, and nothing never moves out of that state. There is no one on earth now, nor ever has been nor will be, who is not of infinite value, a perfect divine creation. Judgment is an aspect of the illusion that has arisen as a result of your collective choice to experience separation, which led you into an illusory state of terror. Let go of judgment. It does not serve you well, it just helps to maintain that totally unreal state of separation, the state from which you are in the very active process of leaving, permanently. To be actually separated from your divine source is utterly impossible because there is only the One, and all are forever one with the One. To imagine yourselves as separated, as you did, was terrifying, because suddenly you were apparently surrounded by unknown beings that were not of the One, other human beings. But you know within the depths of yourselves that anything that is separate is unreal, non-existent, and yet that mental image is what terrifies you. You envisaged an unreal state in which you were no longer fully alive, in which you no longer existed in God's ever-loving presence, a state in which it seemed that God's love was withdrawn from you permanently. And that is a terrifying state to imagine, especially when it seems so real. Your collective imagination is very powerful. Consequently, the illusion does seem totally real while you are experiencing physical form as a human, along with all the suffering and limitation that accompanies that form. It is a nightmare from which you are shortly to awaken. Many of you wonder how that could be possible because it seems that the vast majority of humanity lives in fear and is totally but mindlessly engaged with the illusion and is thus supporting and maintaining it. Well, that is partly a reasonable concern when you focus on the depressing string of news stories that the mainstream media reports, apparently supporting the all-encompassing and endemic sense of fear that worse things will follow on from today's news. Watch again tomorrow and see what frightful new event has occurred. The media fear hype is continuous, and your attending to it is like volunteering for brainwashing. The collective decision has already been made by humanity to awaken. You know that, because, along with the fact that at the depths of your beingness that knowledge is eternally embedded, you have also been told by unimpeachable sources on numerous occasions that this is so. Humanity is very firmly established on the path to its awakening from which there is no turning back, no retreat. You have a phrase, the tipping point. Humanity is at that point. The dark ones, the ones you frequently refer to as the dark cabal, are desperately trying to prevent the balance from shifting out of their control, but they have lost their footing, they have lost their grip, and the balance has shifted irrevocably towards the light. The fact that so many appear to be so dumbly asleep is rather like in the well-known fairy tale The Sleeping Beauty, where the whole court fell asleep at the moment that the princess did. When the prince arrives and kisses her, everyone awakens, and that is the tipping point. The decision to awaken was taken when the prince began to hack his way through the jungle of undergrowth, and having finally reached the castle he will shortly find the princess, and as she responds to his kiss, divine grace, and wakes up, so will everyone else. Today's message, therefore, is, let go of fear. You know deep within yourselves that it is unreal, so go to that quiet sanctuary of inner peace and ask me, or whoever of your favorite angels, saints, or holy ones you normally address and converse with, for a powerful love squeeze. We are always here ready, willing, and delighted to be asked and to respond. You will feel our loving energy, and it will uplift and soothe you. Remember, we are always here for you, that is why we watch over you, to be on call in every moment to answer and assist you. I do acknowledge that your own personal doubts can make it difficult for you to feel our presence within your own personal energy fields, but I assure you that when you call, we always respond. You are never unheard or ignored, trust me on this. It can be helpful for some of you to look back on your lives to times when unhappy and painful events occurred that have since been resolved. At the time it may well have seemed that your whole world was on the point of collapse, and yet now, having moved on from that moment, you can probably see that there was indeed a lesson there for you that you now at least partially understand and appreciate. There truly are no accidents. Everything that occurs has a divine purpose, namely to bring you ever forwards towards your inevitable awakening, your return to full awareness that you are eternally in the presence of God, and to the untold joy that that awareness will provide. And if at present, any of you again feel that your whole world is on the verge of collapse, that disaster is inevitably approaching, that there is nothing you can do to prevent it, then give the situation into my capable hands. Having done so, relax, go and make yourself a cup of tea, or some other soothing and comforting beverage, and sit gently with it, allowing calmness to envelop you, as it will. You are overlighted by and held securely within the divine field of energy in which all that is conscious has its eternal existence. Just allow your awareness, your faith, that this is so to inspire and uplift you because you know that that is the only truth. Don't forget that I love you all, most dearly, your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com